Hi, Joan.
Hi.
Good morning and welcome to our show. It's pleasure to have you. It's as I keep saying that seeing your smile is always makes us comfortable. So thanks for coming to our show. And
Thank you.
today we are just going to talk about how your journey with HSI as well as how at your restarting career has just made a difference and how you just got into that. So these are all the little insight we are just going to listen from you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let's also welcome our professionals. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. It's literally pleasure to have you here. And as you know, we are here to just help our women community to become financially independent through the Her Second Innings platform. It's a small initiative to bring the women back to work. And all of you are feel free to just connect with our community members as well as give us a suggestions as well as how do we bring you as soon as to the career framework is what is our mission all about. So welcome you all. Welcome Joan once again. Thanks for joining us. Good.
Thank you.
Yes. So Joan, tell us about your before you just restart your career. Tell us about your career journey. Where were you?
Yeah, so I basically have an HR background. I started off my career in 9 years back, actually. I have a 9 year work experience in HR. So I worked for organizations like Lifestyle, Retailer, Reliance, Just Books. And then after a 9 year gap, I went on a break. It was mainly because of maternity. And it was a 3.5 year break. And we were blessed with our second baby and then our third baby. So it was a little bit longer break, post which I was thinking of coming back to working. So yeah, and then that's how her second innings eventually worked out for me. So you want me to even explain how my journey
We
was?
will just go for it a little later, but it is, first of all, just to tell you that 3.5 years break is not a longer break. Don't worry. It's just it's a good break you had, and that's the one thing about it. And other thing is about Joan. After 3.5 years, you decided to go break. What was the steps you have just taken? How did
Yeah,
you
so
approach that?
right. So I started off in June, and I thought initially that I will get a job in 2 months because I had 9 years experience, and when I left, I was the manager, HR, and XYZ. But eventually, it really took a long time. I realized that after a 3.5 year gap, I had lost a lot of confidence, and I had to even brush up my past knowledge. And apparently, all the data that I had saved, my pen drive got lost, so I couldn't even refer back. So I had to actually Google back and see HR concepts and my books and internet. And I was also thinking of doing a couple of courses, but I didn't take it up. But there was a thought process of doing a couple of online certifications which are HR related. But yes, my preparation was to kind of read, understand, and be prepared for an interview, be prepared for my concepts. And I was trying to even at the same time apply for a lot of openings, positions, small and big. I was not looking at looking at only the top positions or stuff like that. I was kind of open to all the kind of opportunities that was coming my way. Yeah, so two things: one is reading back and being open to opportunity.
Right. So, yeah, as you rightly summarized, one is just going back to the concept, though it is a HR, you have not just taken it for granted. It is not a technology. We can just go back anytime. You didn't have that. You are ready to just go back and refresh yourself. That's the first thing I would just say about it. And the second thing is about you figured out you need to just prepare something, right?
Yeah.
When you just connected with the corporate, right? You said you lost touch of something and something has changed. I need to just go back. So that is also one of the learnings when you attend the interview. You realize about your plus and minuses. And
Right.
vis-a-vis with the current technology or is the industry, where are we today? So that's
Yeah.
a good part where you just realize that. So after that, just tell us about that. So when you realize that, what was the steps? One, you have just refreshed about that. Tell us about how did you come across about us and how was your journey with HSI?
Yeah, so I had called her second innings. So it had been about a couple of months since I was not getting a job. Even consultants weren't ready to take me because I don't have a recruitment background. I have mainly a generalist HR background. So, and I had to get back somewhere. So I called up her second innings. I spoke to Manjula, and she was kind enough to, call me to her office and, give this opportunity. There was an opening in HR here with HSI. So I picked it up and I took it up as a project of 2 months, and it was mainly it really helped me boost my confidence more than anything else, because 3.5 year break, over here, it really, I had to interact with a lot of community people, and I had to speak to them, in the process, I it built a lot of confidence in me. To it helped me open up from that cocoon which I was in those 3 years. So that was
Absolutely.
very helpful. That was
Yes,
very
I
helpful.
would. Yeah, I would say that it's a blessed way when we had you. Again, I just wanted to reiterate that it is a bless because coming up with the good years of experience where we also able to see the different perspective from your side. But beyond that, as you rightly said about that, is though it is a foundation, you realize that, and there is nothing about it. But then, for your experience, you said, okay, it is good to go. That's a first hats off to you to take up that part. But the and the duration we picked it up, it was literally a transformation where we ourselves would be able to see through you, right? It just made a difference for us as well as for you. That's what I would like to say, that where we just got it about that. It's both as a win-win for both of us. We just see that. And other thing that helps you to build your confidence to go back and attend the interview in a much better way. And
Very
it is a
much.
proof for other organization to see you working now, not in a
Very much.
break, right?
Very much.
Yes. So, yeah, that is where I felt about it, the entire opportunity which has paved a way for you to just go back and talk to the employees about your journey, and you restarted the confidence and even the subject matter expert, what you are refreshing, everything came in handy, which really helped you. So, how was your interview went?
Yeah, so like I said, when I had to initially attend interviews, I was not doing anything. But here, when after this project started with her second innings, and then when I was looking out, it I could say that, okay, I am into something. The organizations would be like, okay, you're not sitting idle at home. You are, so you're into a project already. So that really helped me, I would say. And it also creates an impact on the way you are able to present yourself to the organizations once you are already into a project. So that was a very big boost for me, to
Right.
yourself. Are you into doing any training or project? So that they really want to know how serious the women folks are when they're coming back, or are they really
Joan, you're on. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So these are the questions, typical questions any organization will try to find out when women want to come back, whether it's a 3 year break, 10 year break, whatever break, how serious they are. So this project really helped me to be able to pose myself as an active job seeker kind of a thing. Yeah.
Sorry for the inconvenience. There is a network infrastructure challenge we have, so we are bringing Joan back to you. Just give me a second. Let's just invite Joan. Thank you. Right. Perfect. So there are the questions also coming up, Joan. I'll just take you through the questions. Wherever you think you have the answer, let's just also respond to them. How is that part of it? Right. Okay. So just give me a minute. Let me just run through that, what we have. So this is the question is from Rajeshwari HP, right? So the question is the returnship program has work from home options? A couple of options. You might be finding the returnship as a work from home, but when you just wanted to join back to the organization for a full time, we also prefer to bring you to the full time and then give you the exposure, so that as you've seen Joan is with three kids. I should admire her ability, how she planned, and being a younger one is 2+ years, right? And she kept the support system, and she comes to office at 9 sharp, and she just stays 10 kilometers away from our office. So she comes and then leaves only in the evening. So there is no question. Yes, of course, there is during the daytime, you will get a little emergency here and there. Of course, every organization will be able to accommodate. But during the project period, literally experienced or get into the full-time working part of it. So that's another who also build others. Yourself saying that I can go and tell the corporate saying that for last 2 months, 3 months, 6 whatever is your project, you are the workers treated at the join for all of you. Welcome back. Hi, Joan. We're back. Sorry. Right. And so I hope this network shouldn't be having a problem. Let's see that. So the question to the answer for your question is, if you are looking for coming back to work for full time, please pick up the returnship for a full time. No need to just plan for your work from home, because that's a refresher for you to just experience how it works. Also, it's going to tell you whether you're geared up or not yet ready. That's also a self-realization call. You would be able to do that. So that's the first question. The next question goes from Anu Shravanti. Right? Can a person from quality analyst change a stream to HR? So, Joan, you would like to pick it up?
Yeah, so see, there are certifications in HR that comes, different types of certifications. If you want to change your stream into HR as such, please pick up some certification, so that, even the organizations will know that you are interested and they see your interest level there. That would really help you in some way to enter in some areas of HR, probably recruitments or generalists, and try and see if you can enter into smaller organizations or some project, so you have something on your CV which is HR related, and then that would probably be a pathway to enter into the HR stream.
Right. So that's the one option. And second thing, please realize that when you change your stream, again, you are starting from the beginning. So you need to be able to give a space for learning and gaining the exposure, and then getting into the full-fledged professional way. So the time period which we are looking for becoming a professional as a pro, kind of a professional where we are looking in any field, you are restarting right from the beginning. So you need to be able to invest that kind of a time to hone yourself to get back to the work stream. So that is more important. Thanks, Joan. The next question goes to Winnie. So Winnie would like to know, how do I pitch myself for a role when an employer has a better options? Meaning, when people are having a full-fledged experience without any break, when I am applying with the break, how do I pitch myself is a question.
See, what the organizations at the end of the day want to know or want to see is the energy level that you bring. That is definitely a problem for all of us women who want to get back. Organizations will wonder, they always at the back of my mind, will she be committed? Will she have high responsibilities back home? See, we cannot do anything much about it. But yeah, what is important is to you to be able to portray that level of confidence, that level of energy, and beyond a point you can't convince. I face the same problems. I have three children, and the first question or the last question in every interview is, tell me about your family background. And when I say three children, the next question is, how are you going to manage it? And how much ever I convince them that I have a maid at home to take care, etc., they seem to not be convinced, because I'm competing against a whole lot of those women who don't have break, who are probably younger than me, and have no much responsibilities back home. So these are things which will happen. So do your best, I would say, and rest God takes care. But yes, I think what is very important is the choice between choosing a fast local and a slow local. The fast locals will be always crowded with so many competitors. So don't just wait for the fast local to come and stop your way. If there is a slow local that's coming your way, please enter and start your journey somewhere, because the destination you will ultimately reach eventually. Because women who have taken a break, we have a baggage to carry which probably others don't have. So don't compare yourself with the women folks who are having no breaks, etc. There will be some difference somewhere, but eventually you will reach your destination. So don't keep waiting. When it will come, when it will come, pick up the first train that comes and start your journey is what I would say.
Awesome. So that shows you're a Mumbai car. Good. Nice example. Good to just see that. So we don't need to wait for the fast train to come and stand on our way. So even if it is a slow, let's just start off rather than waiting for it.
Yes, that's somewhere.
Absolutely. So thanks. That's a good insight. So thanks for that. Let's move on to the next question from the audience. Just a second. So the second one is, okay, so someone has wanted to know, interested in HR. Rashmi would like to know, interested in HR internship. So thank you for your interest. Joan is a good example where you are just seeing that. So, okay, so other thing I would like to just share, take this moment. Whatever we are just doing, it's just not with only the first second inning. So pick it up in case some of you are feeling it. City is a constraint, and even in all look at that, not part of your. I just need a experience. Just join your. This word for anybody.
Manjula, your voice is breaking. Manjula, your voice is breaking. Voice is breaking. I cannot hear you.
Hi, Joan. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay, thanks. Are you able to hear?
Yes, yes.
Good. Okay, thanks. Right? Okay, perfect. So I was just, we were just answering the question from people wanted to come back as a returnship. Please try to use the opportunity anywhere. It doesn't matter a city as a constraint or a location is a constraint, and anywhere you would be able to just do that. And there is a question from Archana. How did you create a support system to manage 3 kids? Even I wonder, Joan, about it. Tell us about it.
So actually, I got a maid actually to take care of the kids. But how I got it is I kept my youngest one in a daycare, and apparently through that connect, there was someone who was ready to work, and we called her home, and that's how we got a maid. So she takes care. She comes in the mornings. She stays back till I come back home, and yeah. So I mean, she was found to be good. That's about it. That's the only
Absolutely.
support system I have right now.
I know. I also admire the kind of a technology you use to monitor your home also. That's also gives you a little bless for you at workplace, right? You still
Yes,
use
yes.
to monitor the home, kids, everything. So you just using your mobile phone. It's another technology setup which is giving you a little peace of mind at the workplace as well.
It does, it does. So we've installed a CCTV camera at home to see more for the kids than for the maid, to see how much they trouble her. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So that is the good system. So where to do that? So the other question is coming from our member is the returnship program is currently presented in the tier 1 and tier 2 cities. So how do we, this is question is coming from Seema, right? See, Seema Banerjee is just, Seema Bhattacharjee is just questioning this. It's a program is a tier 1 cities. How can the women from tier 2 or the small cities can leverage this kind of a program? As I said about it, it's about the initiative. You can just do it in any place. Just to give you an example, we have a people working from Jabalpur and we have a people working from Noida and we are also working from people in Assam side. So people, whoever is ready to work, we try to support as much as possible and try to just connect with your networks as well and go to the LinkedIn, find out the startups in your area because startups are typically a place they would like to experiment and then see how they can support you. You would be able to do that. Connect with us. We can also just open up our network to you if you are in a far off the cities. So the next question, it goes to you, Joan. This is coming from Sheetal. Is it possible for a woman to come back to corporate after a 12-year break? Would you like to pick it up?
12 years is a long gap, but I think it may not be a very quick thing to just get back. Probably it would take you some time. Eventually, you will. But yes, just give yourself some time by taking up some project or some training or some short job kind of thing, and eventually see if you can branch out into and over a period of time enter into the final full time corporate thing. But it would be a little difficult journey, is what I personally believe. I think Manjula, you should be able to, tell more on that.
Perfect. Yeah, so maybe I will contradict with Joan. Yes, it is a long journey, but it is not difficult, provided you just decided to come back to the career. So what happens when you wanted to come back to the career? There is an investment needs to be done. So it need not be money always. So that's how, at the moment we see it's an investment, we think it is a money has to be given. No, the answer is no. The Joan is just sitting in front of you. The investment is your time, the time for you to learn, the time for you to experience, and the time to just go back and showcase, yes, I have it. So if it is a lesser break, it's easy for you to just pick it up and people will be able to see that credentials and the success story and everything. If it is a longer, maybe instead of a 3 to 6 months of a journey, you may be able to just spend your journey for close to a year or two. Depends on the choice where what you wanted to do about it. That's also is important. If it is something technology, as you know, it is easy to just get the certification, go to a hackathon and then prove yourself. The first hurdle is done. The second hurdle, all we need to get up a small project, and if you get into any startup, you'll be able to get a project and then showcase that. So it depends on your industry where you wanted to go back and what kind of learning you left and how much you need to pick up. That is the one which is going to decide. how soon you would be able to get back, but of course you would be able to get back. So that's my answer. So is there any queries? Let's just pick it up. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to just raise your queries. Whoever is just having wanted to check with Joan about what is that and how she wants to come back. So just get connect with her here in the live chat, and then feel free to ask your queries over here. Right. So there is a okay. There is a experiencing in network lag. Okay, fair enough. Good, we are just back, and feel free to push your questions over here. So, John, there is other questions which has come. There's assuming how long we need to be doing this kind of a journey. People get frustration, right? Oh, I'm just trying, nothing is happening. So that just comes on your way when you're just taken a break. You're decided to come back, and you also wanted to get it in a fast train rather than the slow train. Right? How do I motivate myself if the journey is on and I should be going forward? Tell us something about it. What did you do?
Yeah, so see, there's always a silver lining, like they say. So don't lose hope. The journey is going to be slow, and there has been frustrating moments for me too. It's not like everything was rosy. But yeah, you have to have that patience, and realize that the time that you're investing will, give its results eventually. So yes, it will have its own ups and downs. So just take it along, and don't say no to opportunities. Don't look at the salary or the XYZ. It may not, the first opportunity that comes may not be the opportunity that you really want. But like I said, pick it up, and eventually there will be doors opening. So keep that patience on and move on life and be happy. So it will work out.
Absolutely, so right. That's the one thing we all need to just figure it out. When we just get the opportunity, pick it up. As long as you're not losing your money, just investing your time, experience it. And on that way, it will just open up the other door which you may not know about it. Right? The simple example which we are seeing, once you started the returnship, the way you're going to answer your queries is going to be completely different for your
Yes.
employers. So that is a bigger plus point where how you can portray yourself, and the confidence they see you, the energy they see from you is going to make the more possibility come closer for you to open up the door, rather than sitting at the home and then thinking, I will apply. Feel free to apply, but I'm not saying no to that. You should do that. But try this kind of, if it is a long wait, you are trying that, and this is the shortest path which will make it quicker for you. So that's our thought process over here. Okay, the other question is, people are just asking is, how do you just, now that you just got into the full time, is the routine is completely different compared to what you were with the, or how is that?
What is different? I couldn't hear.
During the project, what you were with the HSI, and now is it a full time you are working with Mahindra? Is it completely different, or that routine is similar? How was that?
No, it is different. It is more stretched because here it's I have to come here by there are nine hours I have to put in an office. And but yes, I there is a flexibility for me to work from home on certain days. There is a flexibility of leaving early one of the day once in a week, and taking it from home kind of thing. So there, and plus it is farther for me. This office is farther for me, so definitely there is a lot of time gap going in the travel and this. But yes, certain sacrifices are required if you really want a full-time job, and everything doesn't come together. There are certain ups that and certain downs, things which you have to forego probably. But I think eventually it gets evened out. Kids learn when you are not around also. They need that space too. So I think you shouldn't feel guilty for the moms who are in this group right now. Don't feel guilty that, oh, my child is you're not with your child right now. That they will grow without you also for those 8 hours. So it's don't worry. It will be stretched. Full time jobs will be stretched a bit, but yeah, you need to know. You need to prioritize and decide for yourself how much time can I stretch it to.
Perfect. So that's the right thing, where when you just come for a full time, the 9 hours or 9.15 hours or whatever, every organization has a 9.5 hours or whatever it is, you are required to be in office place sometime. Sometimes even if you're at home, you're supposed to be working for that, clocking for that many hours as well. So that is the corporate mandate. So feel free to just take a call and set the priority. So that is the some of the pros and cons of the full-time part of it, where you get the corporate environment, you will just see the people around you and then get back. But to keep a support system at home very clear and comfortable, so that you are able to spend your office time, not much of the stress and tension at the office place. That's how it's going to be. So just to take you the lead to this other one, if anyone is interested in getting into the returnship for technical, for non-technical, you do have the opportunity to work with HSI. Connect with us, and there is a it is not just the entrance form where we have just kept it for all of you to enroll yourself and then validate that. So the forms will be given to you in the link. You can just use it, the enrollment form for the returnship, and we are opening up the non-IT as well, so that the people are able to get the exposure in different weeks and then come back. So just to leave you the final thoughts, Joan, and you just started the journey, and many more is just going to come, and we are also excited and then watching you closely about where else, how else is things just going to happen. And this is like a lifelong journey, I would say, where you and me would be connected and we would be taking the journey. So anytime, yeah, anytime, that's a feeling we just get that. So anytime, just feel free to just support our community, tell them whatever we have just got it, other women also would be able to get a best out of from their career as well. Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best, Joan.
Thank you, Manjula.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day, team. Any queries, just mail it to support@hersecondinnings.com. We are happy to assist you anytime. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.